They don't worry. They can't see you yet. Oh my god. Hi everybody. I'm sorry. I know. I didn't check. I've been driving for so long today, everyone. Come on in, everybody, come on in. We're going to start the show in 30 seconds, everyone, so come on in. Side note, everyone, I feel horrible for Aman because he's getting this Eric right now. I promise, Aman, next time I'm going to be so much better. My eyelids are like tape. Don't worry, they can't hear you. They can't hear you, Aman. Only I can hear. I just look like the crazy person talking to nobody right now. Oh, the secrets I have heard this way, Aman. The secrets I have heard this way. All right, everybody. I always look crazy. First of all, Nicole, that's rude. Okay, are you guys ready to start the show? Then I think we're recording, so I think we're all good. Here we go, everybody. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. And hey, everybody, and welcome to a very special BB20, a recap and spoilers show. We have so much to talk about with you guys on this show. We will be taking your questions live, but first, let me let you know really quickly, if you want to see any of our previous content for this season, our shows, our blogs, our recaps, it's all over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. If you don't have the feeds, you can get them from us at yourrealityrecaps.com/feeds, and we're doing this show live right now on YouNow, so become a fan over there, yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. You get alerted every time we go live. All subscribers on YouNow this month, you're entered to win an Orwell, and we're giving away the Big Brother mug because so many of you have asked. Signed by all the winners of, not all the winners, I'm sorry, like the last 3 winners of Big Brother, people that have played, and Survivor, winners as well, have signed it. You guys know the deal already. You're sick of me saying it all season. #1 fans are entered to win that, of course. Finally, if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron over at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only shows, prize giveaways just for patrons, access to the patron-only Facebook group, and it really helps support our shows. So, without further ado, I am so excited to finally get to be talking about Big Brother with someone that has done shows for us in the past, also on the website. It is the one and only who you've all wanted. It's Aman is here. Aman, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Hi, Reality Recaps fam. I'm good, Eric. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me to come along, and it's been a long time coming, but I'm excited.
You are finally here, Aman. I mean, like I said, if you guys don't know, for some reason, Aman has always kind of done his little Fan Friday shows. They're like the weekly recap shows that I have begged him to do in the past, and he was so gracious enough to do them. They're on the website. You guys can check them out. And then I said, no more, Aman. I need you in person. I need Aman in person. People want answers in the chat room. People are sick of hearing just from me. They said, get Aman.
No, and I really appreciate that because honestly, I'm just like everybody else that loves this crazy show that we call Big Brother. So the fact that people actually want to hear what I have to say on a weekly basis and now on a lively basis is just kind of like, it's really crazy to me, and I just appreciate all of the love and support that I've gotten in the platform that you've given me so far. So thank you so much for having me along.
Well, I hope all platforms take you, Aman. I hope that you get to go and spread your message far, because look, far and away, Aman can discuss things way more intelligently than I can. I just have to make jokes about stuff because I'm not that smart. No, but that's why we, I think, love hearing like your thoughts on the game, which are also funny as well. And if you guys have questions for Aman, start leaving them in the chat room. You can tweet them to us with hashtag YRRLive. But I also have to say, on this show, everyone, there's going to be spoilers. It's Big Brother. There's kind of no way that we can't not spoil it. And There's just going to be spoilers, so you're going to have to get over it. I don't know how else to do it. But Aman, what I wanted to kind of lead off with in this show is I feel like, once again, we have had drama in the Big Brother house last night between JC and Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, JC does not understand that we, and I say we, I mean people like me, white gay people, are not allowed to use the N-word.
You know, I feel like I've spoken about this before, and numerous other people have spoken about it before. I think that it's something very, very simple. I think that there are a lot of people that don't like being told what they can and cannot do. I think that kind of lies with all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that there's sort of like an appreciation for history and context that you have, an appreciation for language, an appreciation for the struggles of other disenfranchised people. So for someone like JC, who does happen to be a part of another community that is, not the top dog, they're oppressed. They're not at the top of the proverbial food chain, as we might say.
Right.
I think it's even more shocking that he can't necessarily understand that. And the need to want to equate everyone's struggle is just, it's such a social faux pas that I think that you really just want to have to get rid of. And that's not to say that we should just enter this oppression Olympics and say, I'm more oppressed than you are and my needs come before your needs. No one is saying that. I just think that we have to understand that every struggle has to be examined separately. It has to be talked about separately, and the context and the etiquette that each deserves to be approached with is going to be different. I think that that's the main point that Bailey was trying to get across, and what a lot of us are trying to get across is just, I think that people have an issue with being told what they cannot do, and sometimes that's just the reality of the world. Sometimes there are going to be things that you're not going to be able to, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say, but you're going to have to face the consequences. Like, sure, everybody has free speech, but at the end of the day, that's not going to stop you from getting the flag for it. So
I completely agree. And I'll say I completely agree to an extent. You don't get to say anything that you want to say, and sometimes you don't get to have an opinion. I think it's very simple. Here's what I've been telling everybody who's asked me about this topic on this show. I have said I'm not qualified to talk about, things that involve racism because I'm not a good representative for that community. If they are going against gay people, then I'll tell you exactly how I feel about it. Or if they were going against, a white guy in the house, which is never going to happen.
Yeah, no. When cows and pigs and horses and donkeys and mules and everything else on the farm.
Although I will say, how excited are we that the bros are on the block?
Oh, I'm very ecstatic. I mean, there's a personal bias for me because I do enter a draft with a couple of friends, and Brett is on my draft, and it's looking like Brett's going to stay. So good on me for that. But I'm very excited because this is something that you don't necessarily see all the time. I mean, yeah, it's happened before where the big meathead guys, they get targeted first because they can't help but, try and be, the center of the attention and trying to control the house. But I think what makes this case especially satisfying is that, I mean, even they say it. Like, I think Winston and Brett were on the feeds yesterday talking about, like, the only reason I'm on the block is because, like, I'm the man. And it's like, yeah, that is the reason you're on the block, and you're going to get sent home for it. So maybe if you weren't the man all the time, maybe your ass would still be in the house.
He's not a man. I've watched him on the feeds. That's not a man. But I will tell you this. I don't know that Brett is the one, I don't really know what Brett's fate is. It seems like a lot of votes are hanging on what Tyler ultimately decides. Or would you disagree?
I mean, I would agree. I do think that he's sort of like the social nexus in the house, especially at least for level 6. And
right.
level 6 usually controls the vote.
Right.
Right now, he's been saying that he's been telling everyone I'm going to do what Caitlyn wants me to do. Mm-hmm. And it's only because he knows he's kind of learned not to leak information to anybody because it finds its way back to Caitlyn. Mm-hmm. And then once Caitlyn finds out, it's going to be ultimate betrayal number 4,000. Right. World War Z is going to break out. So I think right now he's telling everybody I'm going to do what she wants me to do, but that's just code for I'm going to do what she doesn't want me to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And right now that's looking like I'm going to get rid of Brett and Caitlyn wants to get rid of Winston.
All right, now this This is interesting, Aman. So, do you think that Tyler really wants to go against Caitlyn in the game? Because I think he's terrified that she can blow up his whole game.
I think that he's terrified of that as well. I don't think that he necessarily. I think he wants to go against her, but not face the repercussions of what that's going to mean. I think that right now, in this particular vote, he wants Brett to stay, and right now that means going against Caitlyn. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how he wiggles his way out of this, because she's already been feeling like he's undermining her and throwing her to the wolves. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out after the eviction tomorrow. But right now, yeah, he's trying to go against her, and I think that he wants to get rid of her. I mean, I think he was talking with, I think maybe it was Casey, somebody on his side of the house, saying, yeah, you know what, I think she's looking like she's going to have to go sooner rather than later.
And to be fair, so is she. I have heard her several times being like, I'm not sure about Tyler anymore. Tyler might be the whole thing with Tyler's deceased father came to me in a... First of all, that's super messed up that, his dad has passed away and she's whipping out, your deceased father has come to me in a dream and told me that you're coming after me. She is, I will say, as a representative of people from Long Island, not one of us.
I need to know what sort of clients that she's had where that sort of manipulation has worked before. Like when people walk into Caitlyn coaching, her office or whatever, her shack, whatever she claims to have back home, is she saying, your great grandmother twice removed on your father's side told me that you really need to come over here and give me $11,000 so I can tell you to make this decision over the other. Like, I don't know where that's worked before.
Let me explain to you who her role model is. The Long Island medium. See, Caitlyn and I can't believe I'm going to say this, we basically live like 10 minutes apart.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm
Consider
just...
yourself lucky you have not crossed paths.
I am trying to tell you she's not representative of Long Island. California has taken her, Aman. I am going to say that it is California that has done this to her and not Long Island.
I mean, I haven't been to Long Island, so I will take your word for it. But I mean, she's only 24 and she just moved to California, so I have a feeling that the crazy has been brewing.
It is
long before she went on over to the east or the West Coast. But
fine,
I'll take your word for it, Eric.
I agree with you. It probably has, but yes, who is paying her? And 23-year-olds are not qualified to give you advice on anything except like how to do great on your SATs.
And even that, like some of these people, I just don't get it. Like, the producers knew what they were doing. Like, they were like, a 24-year-old life coach. Right. Give her the call back. Like, come on. Like, that's just reality TV gold. Somebody that's that young that thinks that they can tell somebody else what to do. Like, that's Big Brother gold right there.
It is. Christine B666 once says, do you think there's any chance that Bailey will vote for Brett to stay and blame Caitlyn?
No, I don't think that. I think that she wants Brett to stay. We've been seeing it on the feed today that she's been speaking with him about potential votes and, how they could possibly get him over Winston to stay in the house. So I think that there's a piece of her that does want him to stay. If she does vote for him, because she spoke with Rachel, and Rachel's now planning on going back to tell her, hey, this is where level 6 votes are going to lie. If you would like to flip over to the majority, please do so. So in the event that she does do that, I don't think she's going to try and pin it. Because like these votes, these hanky votes, when you're trying to pin it on somebody, they never work. They never, ever work. And I think that I would hope that Bailey is smart enough to realize, like, it's just better to me. It's better for me to just go with the side of the house and then say, I'm sorry I had no choice, rather than to flip it on. Because, I mean, try to lie on Caitlyn, she will come for you. Caitlyn will come for you like a hurricane. Like, it's not worth it.
And we love it. We do love that feeds.
It will be feeds gold, but, will it be gold for your game? I don't think so.
Oh no, I only care about fun feats. I don't care about their games, especially hers. And Dancing Amy is in the chat room, and Amy is saying, apparently Caitlyn is only a spray tanner. She's trying to be a life coach. She recently, before Big Brother, graduated with her life coach certification. I think you can get those on Facebook.
But wasn't like her whole intro package about how she like reads people and like all that stuff, and like, I mean, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Like, Big Brother production is definitely like really reached for trying to like create these personas and these occupations for some of these people.
Yeah.
So I guess we shouldn't be that surprised. But I mean, if that was the direction that she's trying to go in, honey.
I mean, look, it got her cast. I have to say, I think her cuckoo Kachu got her cast, and she is also the one that I love to watch on the feeds because of how crazy she is and the drama she can incite. That being said, I don't feel like it can be an act because I don't think she could have kept the act up this long.
I don't think that it's an act either. I mean, I believe it. If she really is trying to become a life coach, she spent all this time learning how to read and learning how to get hits and learning, about chakras and all that stuff. I mean, I agree. I happen to be a little bit, I guess I'm a little bit in the majority because I happen to see a lot on social media, or excuse me, in the minority. A lot of people on social media have been saying that they really, really enjoy Caitlyn and all the drama she brings to the feeds, and I do to a certain extent. But I think that like as of like over the past 2 days, I've really reached a point where it's just like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. Just like the reasoning that she has for targeting people over others, and just like how she's guilting, I mean, not only just Tyler, but so many people into not wanting to ditch. It's just it's like Vanessa, but like to a very weird and icky extreme. Like I don't know. I'm starting to get very tired of it.
Well, Aman, number one, apparently a lot of people in the chat room are agreeing with you. And number two, I am disagreeing with you. You are not allowed to take away Caitlyn from me. You just need to go to the other feed, which will probably be on the same thing, because they just love to have all four cameras.
You know
on the
what?
same
Like,
shit
and I think they know that, because I will definitely be like, okay, camera 1 and 2, Caitlyn talking. Okay, she's fine for now. She starts going off the deep end. Let me switch over to the next cam. 5 minutes later, they go back to Caitlyn. It's like, damn, like, I really just can't escape. And it's like, if I go on Twitter and I go look at Big Brother updates, same thing. Like, Caitlyn said this, Caitlyn said that. And I'm like, I need a break.
All right. I'm going to allow you to have a Caitlyn break. Can we agree we can get Caitlyn to jury? Can that be can she be first juror gone?
You know what? I will agree that I would love to have somebody like Caitlyn in the jury, because she screams bitter juror and someone that was just going to bring so much drama to the jury house. And those are incrementalized segments at that point in time. So I'll be able to deal with her then.
Okay.
But when she's just there like 24/7, that's when I'm like, okay, like.
All right, I'll agree. So I think I'm allowed one more week of Caitlyn then.
Sure. I mean, until jury. Sure, 4. Sure.
Because we don't know if Sam's power's getting whipped out this week, or it's definitely getting whipped out next week.
Right. We don't know what's going to happen with that.
I kind of feel like, because this is just the way Big Brother works, the, other side of the house, people like Rockstar, like Bailey, like Fessy, are going to get control this week. They're going to take... Oh, I'm pretty sure. And then they're going to go take a shot at the other side, and then Sam's power is automatically going to get put into play, and level 6 is still going to remain in control of the numbers. You know that someone's taking, or I think, someone is taking a shot at Tyler this week, or Caitlyn, and and I'm telling you, Sam's power is saving them next week, and it sucks. I don't want that to happen either. But go ahead, we'll start there.
No, I mean, I'm sort of agreeing. I mean, I think that no matter what happens, even whether they get power or not, I think that the rate limiting step, I guess, is the fact that Bailey's probably going to use that. So even if someone in level 6 did get power, Bailey's going to try and use her power defensively, I guess, at that point. And then she'll try and switch the nominations. Somebody from level 6 is probably going to win the veto, and then Bailey's going to be the number one target because everybody knows that Bailey's the one that got the power. Well, at least not now, but they're going to find out.
But then after that happens, on Thursday, then Sam's battle back power goes into play as well.
Right.
But it would be level 6 people on the block because Bailey will use... Are we 100% sure Bailey's going to use her power this coming up week?
We are not 100% sure, but I feel like in the event that level 6 gets the HOH, that's probably when she's going to feel the pressure to use it. Mm-hmm. If someone that she cares about ends up on the block, heaven forbid herself. Mm-hmm. Now, if someone on her side wins, as you stated before, then Sam's power is going to kick in anyway. So that's why I'm like, my point is, I think that no matter what, that side of the house is sort of screwed. Now.
They've been screwed.
Yeah. I mean, even if they control the votes and if they control who goes on the block, they still end up being on the wrong side of the vote every single time. It's like, what are y'all doing?
Is there any way that Bailey can change the votes at the same time Tyler's going in the cloud?
So I'm thinking as long as Fessy, because I think so far, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Chop, but I think so far, Fessy is the only one that Bailey has told about her power. Now, in the event that stays true and he doesn't spill the beans, I think that there is a strong likelihood that she could use it to blindside Tyler. Mm-hmm. In which case, he would then have to depend on the veto. But at least at that point, he'll be on the block, so he'll be fighting for his life at that point.
I see.
But I don't know if she'd use it because I mean, her and Rachel. I mean, she foolishly told Rachel that she was going to go after him today, and that she would prefer it with the back door. So like, I don't even know if she would even use it to put him up initially.
I don't think she would use it to put him up initially either. And no, you are correct. It is only Fessy, or as far as we know, it's only Fessy is the one that knows about the power. What I find frustrating about these powers is we know production holds the right to be creative on them.
Shady.
So... is Tyler allowed to use it before the regular noms? And is the power of veto also considered a nomination ceremony? We haven't got clarification on that yet.
I was under the impression that whenever he felt like he was at risk of going on the block, whether it be nominations or replacement, he could throw himself in the cloud. I could be wrong, but I thought that was what it was.
That's what I thought it was too, because it said a nomination, and we will assume a POV ceremony is a nomination ceremony. But then, let's say...
Because it's not really like it's not... I mean, I guess some of the powers are not, they kind of have levels to them, but I just feel like that's really sort of a crappy power to only be able to protect yourself for nominations and not to veto. Like, I feel like you should be... If you're going to give somebody a power like that, give them the chance to make the decision if they're more in danger here or if they're more in danger there.
Okay, Tyler, Amy is saying that Tyler said it can be used on either the regular or the veto noms. All right, okay. In that case, why would you ever use it on regular noms? That would be the stupidest.
Right.
And you're just getting back.
You want to be able to. The key to this power is knowing whether or not you're at risk, knowing if you're going to be a backdoor option, and I think Tyler's a pretty smart guy. He doesn't always make the best decisions in who he aligns with, but I think that I'm going to wager the bet that he's probably going to be able to pick up on the fact that he's going to be the replacement nom during the veto ceremony. I mean, he's been controlling the votes for the past 3 weeks. So.
How much would you love to have that power, though, during double eviction? To be like, I don't have to worry double eviction week, and
that's what I'm saying. I think he should wait. I think wait, like for double eviction, that would be the biggest gag in the world. If somebody's like, this is the perfect time to get him, and he's like, I just subscribed to that cloud for $9.99 a month, so check on me in August.
That will if he's smart, that's when he's holding it for. And to think that all you need to do is play a good game up until double eviction, but your dumbass hooked on to Caitlyn.
I mean, maybe I'm coming off as a bit of an apologist because I'm sort of a fan of his. I really don't that that's his fault. Like, I don't know if I could have anticipated something like that from her. Like, I think that she definitely came off kind of with, you know, the whole talk about child placement, not to disrespect anybody that believes in something like that, but I mean, you're sort of, you know, out there a bit. You kind of, you know, have to be conscious of it on another level. Let's say that.
Right.
So, but I didn't necessarily get the crazy, clingy vibe from her when she was, you know, there for like a week or so.
Oh, I got the vibe. I got the vibe. I internalized the vibe. I talked to my spirit guides about the vibe. And after I finished talking to my spirit guides, we meditated and namaste, you crazy. So yeah, the last person I would have aligned with was Caitlyn. And after I watched Caitlyn, again, I'm sure this, whatever, there's spoilers. After watching Caitlyn, like, eviscerate the bros on the second balcony, I would have just walked up the stairs and threw her off. I would have been like, well, this is easier than my whole game blowing up.
Well, let's not get expelled from that.
I'm sorry. I mean, I would have walked up the stairs to go to the HOH room and bumped into her accidentally. Right off that railing.
She definitely, you know, I love the fact that Scotty instigated that because he's such a fan of the show, and he's all about being able to watch, you know, giving TV but not being involved in said good TV. So as soon as he saw the opportunity for a big blow up, he was like, hey, I mean, do what you got to do. Call him out. And then he went down there and he was like, basically just like saying like, yeah, like I told her, what are you going to do about it? Like, it's like he said.
Okay, are you with me?
I love it.
Are you with me? Like, it was good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad we got drama on the feeds this week. Mm-hmm. But everybody was acting like this was the biggest blow up ever. Like, I've been away the past 3 days. I see everybody freaking about it. I'm like begging, I need Wi-Fi access. I gotta watch this. And then I just watch Caitlyn be like, oh, hey, you guys want to talk? And then just be like, ugh. And I'm like, that's the whole thing.
I think it's two things. People probably expected it to be, like, when you see the words Caitlyn and blow up, you automatically assume, I mean, Caitlyn, the name itself in front of anything is an intensifier. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, I just think that everybody was so excited that like something was happening because it's been so covert. Like, I mean, it's been a very good season so far as gameplay and strategizing, and it's been very fluid in that manner. But I think that people were just really itching for like big fights because we've had so many of them last season and they weren't necessarily the fun to watch. This sounded like it was fun to actually watch because it was more game related and not, you know, we don't have to talk about it, but y'all know what it was. Yeah, I think that people were just itching for something like that.
I think it's what it was, and that's what I've been saying too. I feel like this is the best season of Big Brother ever, as far as like early gameplay. I mean, like as far as us getting early gameplay. Yet the feeds have been slow, but. Yeah. It's because all of the twists that normally get thrown at them week one are all these secret magic things that are all like all the stuff that's going to create the drama is all being held back and a secret.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of smart game players in that house that can keep secrets, that can withhold information. Scotty is one of them.
Yeah.
Tyler is definitely one of them. We found out that Rachel is one of them. Everybody that has information that can. Games are like, you know, and even Brett, when he was being called out, when she asked him, who told you that I was coming after you, he would say his name, even in the thick moments. I think that there are so many like cerebral game players in there that are more focused on what is the next step versus let me you want to get in my face, I'll get in your face too. We don't really have that right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like this is like this is a strategic season without the drama. This could be like BB15 minus all of the bullshit and all of the racism and all that. Well, I guess not.
What?
Not necessarily minus all the racism, but you know what I mean.
Because I called it BB15. When I saw who the whole cast was, I said, everybody get ready. It's going to be BB15 all over again. Because I can tell you're throwing a personality like Caitlyn in the house.
Somebody said it was so funny. I don't remember who tweeted it, but they were like, we prayed so hard for this not to be BB19 that we forgot to pray for it not to be BB15. And I thought that was just perfect because, I mean, we're getting everything that we wanted in terms of gameplay, but we're getting a little bit too much.
We are getting a lot too much. Destinies wants to know, who do you think is playing the best game right now and why? So I'm going to give it a you, Aman. Who do you think is playing the best game right now and why?
That's really hard because it keeps changing. I would have definitely said Tyler at one point. I think that there are a lot of mistakes that Scotty has made, especially with the whole thing where when he voted Swaggy out wearing his shirt and then didn't think that the people that he then tries to protect during his HOH wouldn't kind of catch on to him. I thought that was really, really stupid. But I do think that he's kind of recovered from that, and I think he's utilized his HOH to gain a lot of information and gain more allies. I mean, we saw that a lot today. I think that he's creating inroads with a lot of people. So the beginning part of his HOH was a little messy, but I think that it's kind of smoothed over, and I think that no one's going to be necessarily looking out for him. Even if one of the bros stays, one of the bros is going to stay, I'm going to go after Claddy when it comes next week. So I think that right now, I'm going to say that Scotty's still probably in the best position right now.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, even with the flipped vote, because I feel like most people know he's the one that flipped on Swag.
They do, but for some reason, based off of the conversations that I've heard, everybody's still trying to get somebody else out. No one's saying like
True.
Scotty's money. The only person that said that was Winston, and he's about to leave. And Brett's is so focused on just wanting to stay this week that I think that he'll do whatever he needs to do to stay, and I don't think that he's necessarily going to be like I need to get Scotty out next. And now Tyler's so with Caitlyn and everything, and everybody's still trying to get Rockstar out of the house, which I don't understand why. I just think that I think that he put himself in the ring this week, but I don't think that he's going to necessarily be in trouble next week.
Okay. You're definitely right. We're especially with all the powers going in play next week, that will ultimately happen. I think Scotty got HOH at the perfect time. I think had Scotty not got HOH this week, his Swaggy vote would have been exposed. Everyone would have used it as a reason to go after him. I think he got HOH at the perfect time, and the drama of next week's powers coming in play is going to wash all of his sins away. People are going to be like, Scotty, who? When there's flip nominations being announced and people getting saved and not going to... I think Scotty will get out of a lot of trouble with that. Lost in Concruz wants to know, do you think Casey is playing an underrated game or a mattress game?
I feel like she works like clockwork. She's silent. For Thursday rolls around, the eviction happens, whoever wins HOH, she might be present there for a good, I don't know, maybe a day or so. And all of a sudden she's off feed for a good 3 days, and then she pops back up when it's time to vote. She's trying to see if she's on the right side of the numbers, and then she is, because she's in the majority alliance, so then she just votes whoever they're voting out, and then she goes right on back. It's wins repeat. Sure, she's not. She's one of those people that's also not being talked about, but I don't know if she's doing. It's still very early. But as of right now, I think that she doesn't have enough winner equity. So right now, I'm going to say that she's a bit more on the mattress side than she is on the underrated game side.
I agree with you, but a lot of people make the argument. I saw Casey say on the feeds, I guess, 2 days ago, she's like, I'm sorry, I'm feeling really down today. I'm not being very talkative. I'm like, this is you being not, when did we miss talkative, Casey? Where was she? But, wouldn't you argue the point is to be wallpaper until jury? That always could be the best strategy, so maybe they're playing a good game.
Yeah, and it's hard, because I definitely acknowledge that, because, think about Steve from BB17. That was his game, and he won when he needed to. He won when he was in a pivotal moment, a double eviction. That's the kind of HOH to win, especially if you've been a wall power and put in the middle up until a certain point, because then everybody comes to you like, okay, Scotty, or Steve, you're with me, and then you make a decision, and you kind of get washed away after that. So sure, but I just don't. I feel like Steve was a player that consciously did stuff like that, whereas Casey is sort of just
blah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think if you and do we know she was she a recruit? I mean, she had to be a recruit. She'd be playing different.
I'm
Chat
pretty
room
sure
is
she was. I think in the beginning they made it seem like she was a big, huge fan, but then I think she admitted overseas that she'd only watched like 2 to 3 seasons. So
chat room will fill us in 1 second. Well, they're doing that. Jan Solo says, so what do you think of Rockstar? What do you think of Rockstar's game?
I love Rockstar as a person. I don't think that she's necessarily the best game player. I think that she has good intentions with the way that she wants her and her team to go forward. I just think that her execution is a little messy. I mean, I think she talks too much. Like, I think that her entire all women alliance has already been exposed. Tyler already knows, and sure, you can make the argument, well, people tell Tyler everything, so that was bound to happen anyway. But I just think that her name is in everybody's mouth. First of all, I think that she just doesn't have, she can't keep things in. Like if she could collect all the information that she gets from people like JC that are on one side of the house, and then all the people that are on her side of the house, I think that she could really do some damage. But I think right now she's just she's a vote, and she's a wonderful person to have in the house, and she's great, and she's funny,
and she's the mom,
and she's the mom. I love Rockstar. I just don't know if she's. I feel like she's a double eviction vote. You know what I mean? Like I feel like she's either the first or second out.
And people are saying that Casey is kind of a little bit like Rockstar, where they weren't recruited, but like other people told them you'd be good for the game, so then they applied. So like they weren't, Tinder, LA bar. People told them go and try out, but was unaware of the game before. I think Rockstar. I like that she speaks truth to what's happening in the house. Like, she will call you out. She was one of the first people to say, like, no, I think that Caitlyn is targeting Swaggy for a completely different reason. Like, she's the one to, like, speak those things out all the time. That being said, not great gameplay for trying to stick around. Basically, calling people out on their bullshit right to their face and isolating yourself a lot of the time. She is always on her own and then being like, oh, I can't stand the kids. I can't stand I'm like, it's a social game, Rockstar. For your game, I want you to stick around. Yeah,
and I think that kind of just speaks to how hard it can be to, like, be that person that will talk or speak, talk about what's actually happening. Speak about the truth that you see going on in that house. I mean, because if that's going to make you a target, then
do we want to talk about the irony of the fact that Rockstar got stuck on the rock wall last night? Did you see her get stuck on the rock wall?
I did not see. I saw the clip afterwards. I don't understand people that do that. Like, I consider myself to be a semi-athletic person, so maybe I'm just speaking from a place of privilege, I guess. But I never understood why people can climb up but not climb down. It's literally like walking up the steps and then walking back down. Just put your foot on.
Have you done the wall? Have you done a rock wall?
Yeah. God, I've done it all.
Damn, you're so much better than me. I would imagine, because when you're climbing up, you can look and see where they are in front of you, but when you're climbing down, your body's in the way, so you don't know where to step. But what do I know?
I mean, maybe, but I feel like, I would have a little bit more sympathy if it were like one of those walls that like protrude and like have dips and, caves in them. But this one is just a straight up and down shoot. So like, I feel like you should be able to, that's just me. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm just like, girl, just put your foot down. At least search for it. Like, swing your foot. Even if you fall, like, you're in a harm.
That's what Golden Hermit in the chat room is saying. She said, can't you just, like, kick off the wall and they lower you down anyway?
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. That's the mechanism.
And,
you got all people in there that are looking to take care of you to make sure that nothing crazy happens. So
you've done this before. So there's, like, a machine, or there has to be another person holding their rope for them? Or is it, like, all mechanical?
I've seen both. I'm
Okay.
actually half the way certified to be. I forget what they call them. The people that like hold the
Really?
rope. Yeah, I had to do like a training when I was in RA because there was a rock climbing wall at the Drexel or at Drexel, that's where I went to school. So like I like had to do some like semi training. It was really cool. But yeah, I've seen both where there's like a person that's holding the rope and then there's one that's kind of mechanical. You can kind of just rappel off the wall.
How do I put this? You couldn't pay me enough money to climb a rock wall. And I don't think anybody should trust me holding the rope.
See, I don't
So,
really have a fear of heights. I think I really enjoy it. I think it's like, and it's really hard. Like, so I'm not gonna, give her too much flack because like there are definitely walls that are just like unless you have like the limbs of a damn daddy long legs, it's
mhm.
hard to get yourself up and down some of these walls. So like, I'll give her a little flack.
All right. Lost and Concruise wants to know why do we think that none of the super fans are practicing the wall comp on the rock wall? Do you think that the super fans in the house are purposely avoiding the rock wall altogether? As in, I guess. Well, I don't want to speak for Lost and Concruise, but I think that's what you're saying, Lost and Concruise.
You know, no, because I mean I consider myself a super fan, and I really haven't even thought about that. So if they are, I'm going to err on it's probably because they just don't think that it's something to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that comes to be something that they really should have been paying attention to, then I guess I'm in the same boat as them. Like I would have been screwed. But like I'm trying to think like what kind of twist or what kind of further competition are they going to ask you how many pegs on the wall because that's something that's kind of overplayed. You know what I mean? Like what are they
Yeah.
like? What kind of competition could you create from the wall? Like are they going to have you climb another wall or? Because I feel like no matter how many times you climb that wall, it's still going to be difficult. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
He
But
so, so Lost and Cruz was saying he meant like practice standing in one place and not move and balancing or and not moving is what he meant by practicing on the wall. So just using it to
so
practice.
like so like an endurance comp for
Right.
practice. I mean, sure. I mean, I guess that could be something that you could use for that. But so can lifting the weights outside. Anything that's going to increase your stamina.
Exactly.
So like I feel like for those kind of competitions, you're either going to win them or you're not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think so too. But let me. First of all, I can't believe we only have like 15 minutes into Big Brother, which means we need to wrap this show up in like 10
Oh my god,
minutes.
really? Oh my god, that went by so fast.
It went, but look, everyone, it is totally my fault for scheduling this show at an incorrect time. But don't you worry, because Aman is coming back. But hurry up! Oh my God, do we have a million questions? Debbie Dawn wants to know where do you think JC's game is going at this point? Do you think JC has the ability to go far, or do you think JC's game is going to crash and burn soon?
I'm a little bit higher on JC than I think a lot of people are. I think that he's very annoying, and I'm not just saying that because of the mishap that happened last night. Because I'm. It's not because of that. Um, but I think that I think that he's very nettlesome to a lot of the people in the house. But I think that because of who he is, um, I just think that people sort of just see him as this adorable person that they don't necessarily have to be afraid of.
Mm.
And I think that I mean, he goes back and forth. Like, and I think that a lot of people know that he's going back and forth, but all the tea that he spills, any of the information that he gives away is always inconsequential. Like, he's never the one, he's not the linchpin in any of these alliances. You know what I mean? So I feel
Yeah.
like, sure, and plus, he's on the side where the numbers are. So if he continues to ride that wave, he's probably going to make it pretty far. I'm going to say that he's definitely probably going to make it to jury. I don't
Mm.
know if he'll win.
No. Oh my God. That
Yes, it's a bit too early to say something like that, but I definitely think that he'll get a lot further than people might give him credit for.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no way JC is winning this game. If JC wins this game, I don't know. I feel like
I,
I will have lost all faith in Big Brother at that point.
just after so much that has happened, especially since like last season, I've learned to I've like adopted the mantra that nothing is true, all things are possible. So
Sure.
You know.
But I still don't need to want it to be true. I, from Caitlin, have learned to put out into the world. I manifest. I'm manifesting a no JC win.
Well, I will. Sure, I'll support that.
Okay. Tor Easy Lover says, how fast, Aman, do you think that the girls' alliance is going to break up?
They already told Tyler.
I know.
It's done. And it was Caitlin's idea. Caitlin cannot stay loyal to anybody but her. You know what? No, I was about to laugh. She's not even loyal to herself.
No.
Because somebody that is loyal to themselves does not ruin. You know what? No, I'm not even going there. I'm just saying, Caitlin's just not. She's not somebody that you want to be the CEO of an all-women's alliance.
I completely agree with you. And
the thing that she said to Rachel today, where she was like, I respect you if you want to keep Brett, but like as a woman, I feel like you should want to protect your own kind. And the things that she said to me were really disrespectful to me as a woman. So if you're already like using the whole girl power argument to manipulate the girls, like that's not going to last.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Look, I apologize. I didn't even realize how quick that this show went. And I see that so many of you guys have questions. Aman is definitely coming back on. And we're going to have Aman come back on when we're not butted right up against a Big Brother show that everybody needs to go and see. So, of course, you guys can tweet your questions to Aman if we did not answer them on the show. I see a bunch of people, Senile Old Broad, Flandering Charm, a bunch of you guys, I apologize for not getting to your questions. But Aman, tell everybody where you want them to follow you on social media.
You can follow me at Twitter at Aman Adwin, AmanAdwin, where I will be more than likely tweeting about all the bull crap that is happening in the house.
And posting videos. And I have to say, like, Aman's videos that he posts on Twitter are the best. And if you are not watching them, you should, because he addresses many topics in them. But they're amazing. You just need to watch them.
Well, thank you, Eric. I'm very flattered that people have sort of like kind of adopted my kind of crazy, but if I relate to you, then
I love it, and I think that everybody, you just have to get on board with everyone adopting it, Aman, and we will have you back on to discuss more, and I promise we won't have a time limit on it because of stupid Big Brother. Isn't that ironic? Goodbye, chat room. We will see you guys all later. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Boom. And I don't even know how that went that quick. You have so many questions. I don't even know how it went that quick.
That was, yeah. I mean, time flies when you're talking Big Brother, I guess. That was really quick.
I'm a moron. I don't know why I didn't even hit me that Big Brother was on at 8 o'clock today. I just don't know why I thought it was at 9. I'm the worst. But seriously, whenever you have a day that you are available, let's do it again, and we won't have to limit it.
I will let you know as soon as possible.
Just let me know. Time slot's yours whenever you want it, Aman.
Yay! Thank you so much.
I love it.
I really appreciate it.
It was so much fun, and